All right, y'all. Bitcoin. We have to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about why we had a big move to the upside. We're going to talk about why we had a move to the downside. We're going to talk about my plans for trading this in the future. A lot of great content, technical analysis, as well as educational content. If that's what you enjoy, make sure to like the channel. Make sure to subscribe to the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video. I need to drink myself a little bit more of this delicious black bitter coffee. I love myself some black coffee in the morning. All right, so let's get into it. What is happening with the Bitcoin? Now, if you guys have been following my channel for a while, and if you haven't, well, then welcome. But if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that the way I like to trade pretty much any asset is I like to identify sideways markets. I love to trade sideways markets, and what I will do is I will look at any old asset, and anybody can do this, and we'll notice that most of the time, well, most traders, what they do is they wait for a breakout, they wait for a breakdown, they wait for a significant move before they enter a trade. Like, for example, if we're trading sideways, a lot of people will stay out of the markets and say, once we break this resistance, then I'll enter a long position. Or if we're trading sideways like this right here, they'll say, well, once we lose the support, then I'll enter a short position. But what I like to do is I like to actually take trades in the sideways market, because what you can do is you can take a long and you can take a short, and you can take a long and you can take a short, and you can take a long and you can take a short. Now, eventually one of those shorts is going to be that huge move, or on the contrary, eventually one of those longs is going to be that huge move. Now, just as an example, this short right here actually is a short that I did take. In fact, I posted the setup in advance in the VIP Discord over here, where we do daily technical analysis updates and we post trade setups in advance. But let's take a look. It was a long time ago now, a very long time ago. We take a lot of trades in here, guys. By the way, if you do want to get into the VIP Discord, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Jason Casper. But right here is the exact trade setup we gave, where we had two very important levels of resistance, and we wanted to see our confirmations on market Cipher B. We wanted to see bearish divergences on market Cipher B as we came right into that level. Okay, and so that's how I prefer to trade. So all that is to say, guys, that Bitcoin since December 3rd has been trading sideways. We have not really had much volatility. We can see if we just turn on some of these levels here and we zoom in just a tad bit, that really, look at this, we've been trading sideways with a low and a high. And so what I like to do is I like to look for longs at the low, and I like to look for shorts at the high, because it's the old adage, right? To use that term adage, right? I don't know what it means. I don't know. But old people say it, smart people say it. I'm going to say it, guys. The old adage of buy low, sell high. You know, your old Southern grandfather, when you told him you were getting into trading, what did he say? He's like, son, you know what? Trading's easy. Investing's easy, right? All you got to do is buy low and sell high. So dang easy. Anyone could do it. And you trust your grandpa. You know he has some stocks. You know he's a rich man. He's worked hard his whole life. He probably knows what he's talking about. You know what? He does. Because buy low and sell high is kind of the best advice that anybody could give you. Now, what has happened to Bitcoin? Well, we came to the high, okay? Whenever you are forming a sideways market, what you can do is you can mark out the initial low and the initial high that the price makes. Now, let me show you what I mean by that. Anytime that we have any kind of like sideways market, what you can do is whenever you, here, and I'll just use this last little range that we had as an example. Whenever you start to trade sideways, whenever you put in that first low, or that first high, which we put right here, whenever we come above that high, you can look to short, and whenever we come below that first low, you can look to long. And so we put in our first high back on good old December 7th, right? And so we were coming up to that high, and I'm looking to short, because usually what happens is the first initial high we put in, when price comes above that a little bit, it looks like it's breaking out of the resistance, it usually is going to come back in. Okay, it's usually going to come back in to the value area, the value area. This is right here is called a value area, where we basically are analyzing the volume that Bitcoin traded throughout this entire range, and the candles where they're shaded, this is telling us this is considered a fair value for Bitcoin. When price comes above the fair value, we look to short it back inside the fair value. When price comes below the fair value, we look to long it back up into the fair value. Okay, now look at what happened here, and this is very important. As we came above this previous high right here, I call it CDW, okay, that stands for chickens drinking water. We can see that price was making a very clear higher high right here, but we could see momentum on the 4-hour time frame, guys, was making a lower high. This is called a uneven butt cheek pattern, an uneven butt cheek where you have a very juicy, thick, okay, thick left butt cheek followed by a very not thick right butt cheek. Now, when we take a look at what happened here, look at the thick left butt cheek up here. Oh my goodness. And then look at the skinny right butt cheek. Okay. And then take a look at the butt crack. Okay. From this red dot to this red dot, we had about 3 days and 12 hours, 3.5 days of pure crack. All right. That is telling us that there's an imbalance. Because when market Cipher B is showing you that momentum and money is leaving the asset, yet the price keeps going up, when people talk about there needs to be a correction, why do they call it a correction? It's because things are out of equilibrium. Things need to correct. Price needs to come back and trade at a fair value. If price is getting higher, yet there's fewer people who are putting money into the asset, that means the asset is overvalued and it needs to come back into the value area. Okay, now this is a short that we did take in the VIP Discord. We gave the setup in advance right here yesterday, because as we were coming up to that very important area, you could see right here where I have the CDW question mark, right? The previous high of the range, and we had a golden pocket there. We can see the bearish divergence is forming on the 1-hour time frame, right? We can literally see money coming out of Bitcoin and momentum coming down. Okay, that's very important. That is going to tell you that we are not actually going to break out of the resistance. As we are watching price get higher and higher and higher over time, we are watching momentum get lower and lower and lower over time. Okay, and it's very slight on the 1-hour time frame here, but we can still see it, right? We can still see that green line is slanting to the downside. So what did we do? We took the short, and it was a juicy one, guys. It was a very juicy one. We can see that we did find some nice support right here on our daily for a little bounce, and we came down to this local golden pocket for a little bounce. And where did we find support? We found support on the point of control of the range. Now, what is the point of control? The point of control, guys, is the highest volume node that an asset traded in any given time. So if we're analyzing from the December 3rd dump until our present day, the most Bitcoin was exchanged at the price of $48,747.50. And what usually happens is when price leaves outside the value area, it will come back in and find support on the point of control. If we lose that point of control, we will come back down probably to the low again, which is down here in the mid 40s. So what am I looking for right now? Well, there's a number of levels I have marked out in the VIP Discord. And by the way, guys, if you do want to get into the VIP Discord where I post daily technical analysis updates for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for altcoins. In fact, guys, we just traded Sol. We shorted Sol. Look at this juicy trade for Sol that we had the setup again in advance from last week's VIP altcoin stream, where we found this juicy area of resistance and shorted it down for a very nice gain, currently up over 100% in profits right now. You can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. Also, if you want to learn how to trade, if you want to learn how to get these levels, if you want to learn how to use market Cipher, if you want to stop losing money and flopping and groping, and you want to become consistent and profitable, well, check out JasonCasperTrading.com, because this course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader, where we walk you through step by step all the technical analysis you need to know. This is actually changing the way people approach these markets, guys. I get messages every day from people who have been able to actually become profitable, even people who have been able to quit their job and trade full time. It's pretty dang cool. Currently a 35% discount in the description, guys. 35% off. That's almost half. Kind of pushing that 50%, guys. This is the biggest sale we are ever going to have on this course, good until January 2nd. We go over everything you need to know, from basic technical analysis to more advanced technical analysis, how I use my indicator market cipher to know what price is going to do at a given level, different trading strategies, as well as mindset and risk management, so that even if you're not the best trader in the world, you still won't totally wreck yourself. You still won't totally wreck yourself. And you'll be able to be consistently profitable over time. Check it out, guys. Link in the description. 35% off if you use the coupon code XTheMess. Okay, so what is happening right now? We are in fact getting a bounce off this point of control, and it's not only a point of control, guys, but it is also a if we go to our daily time frame right here, we did have a daily level right here. Oh, sorry, right here too. Hang on, I don't want to zoom in. I don't want to zoom in here. What am I doing, guys? What am I doing? We also had a we had a daily level around here too, guys. Right around here. Yeah. Let's put it on the chart. We had a daily level right here as well. So we're finding some really nice support right here, right now, at that major area of support, right? So there's no surprise that we are getting a bounce here. On the 1 hour time frame also, guys, we can see that we did get some kind of uneven butt cheeks here. We can see that we do have a slight bullish divergence. Let's take a look at a higher time frame. I do believe we can get a little retracement here, potentially even a move back to the high of the range. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we can see momentum and money flow is coming up. However, we are currently printing a red dot on market cipher B. Now this red, oh my goodness, guys, what is going on? That scared the black koofy out of me. So we are getting the red dot. The VWAP is pointing down on the daily. This means to me that we need to either consolidate or come down a little, or potentially come down a lot. Now, we need to understand that we have just come out of an area of consolidation where momentum and money flow have been coming up for a while, which makes me believe we do have more upward potential here. Absolutely makes me believe we do have more upward potential right here. But because of the red dot in the daily, one of two things is going to happen. Either we're going to play what I like to call a game of red dot, green dot. Red dot, green dot is where market cipher B does have bullish signs, but we'll get red dots along the way, okay? Which could be something like what happened up here, where we get a big move to the upside, but then we get a red dot and we consolidate. Move to the upside, red dot, and retrace. Okay, then we get another green dot, a big move, and then eventually we have our big move to the downside. But so that's one possibility, right? Where we see something like this, where we get a very nice, the VWAP will curve up, the money flow will continue to curve up, and we get a very nice powerful trigger wave on the daily. Because if we go to the weekly time frame, we can see that we actually are about to get a VWAP crossing over the 0 line on the weekly time frame. And that would be very powerful. That could give us a move to the upside. If we actually get a green dot on the weekly market cipher B. However, because we have bearish divergence, uneven butt cheeks on the 4 hour time frame, we do need to be aware that these things are no joke. The last time we had 4 hour uneven butt cheeks on market cipher B was actually it was right here, guys, right before the massive dump down on December 3rd. So that's something to be aware of. And the time we had uneven butt cheeks before that was at the all-time high at 69K on the 4 hour time frame. So just be aware, guys, that these 4 hour uneven butt cheeks are nothing to joke around with. You think it's a party, all right? You're at the club, you got a drink in hand, right? You're partying it up, okay? But then you look down, dun dun dun. So it's just something that we need to be aware of. So honestly, what I could see happening right now is potentially we get a bounce from this point of control, retrace somewhere, and depending on how things look on lower time frames, because we are getting some bullish divs on the lower time frames, as I said, we're either going to get a move back to the high here, or potentially we could get a move to the low and if we get a move to the low, then that would probably take us back down to this area. So right now, the major areas of support and resistance for me are still 52 to 53,000. If we lose that, I'm looking down to 45,000. And if we lose this sideways area of consolidation, then I'm looking to levels that are outside of that. Okay, so the level I'd mostly be looking for if we come above 53,000 is going to be the golden pocket from the all-time high to the low right here, which is going to be around $60,000. That would be a very important area of resistance for us. Of course, we do have some levels before there. But then if we lose this, right, and we come down, well, then honestly, guys, I will be looking for two specific areas. The first one is actually going to be around $39,000. And the reason for that is because if we just take a look at the whole year of 2021, we can see that the value area low for the whole year is around that $39,000 area. And if we come below that, guys, then we do have a very, very juicy area of support, which we need to be aware of, which is if we take the Fibonacci retracement from the black Kufi dump all the way to the all-time high, we can see we have the golden pocket coming in between 26-ish and 29-ish. So we could potentially see Bitcoin in the 20s if we lose these key supports that we've got in the chart right now. All right, guys, so that's kind of it for the corn. Make sure to like the video, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you found this video useful or helpful in any way. God bless you guys. In the name of Yeshua, Jesus the Messiah. And, oh, man, I really never know how to end these dang videos, guys. I never know how to end these dang videos.